History is truly at a turning point. We do not yet know the full extent and the systemic and structural changes which will happen. However, we do know that global energy systems, food systems, and supply chains will be deeply affected. In times of crisis, the role of governments is more important and more relevant than ever. What is also needed is a summit like this one to go beyond crisis management and to look into constructive ways we can build our common future.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, the Lord Yahweh, our power, shall cut them off. Psalm chapter 94, verse 20 to 23. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and others at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, now this is going to be a continuation, all right, from the video that I was doing, or that I did, all right, going into when the trucks stop, okay? And that's when the reality is going to hit, all right? And we went into a lot of various different things that will be affected, okay, upon the stop of these trucks, okay? For example, the food industry, okay, that's probably going to be the biggest thing, all right? And with that being a problem, that's going to lead to a domino effect, okay? Because if your trucks are stopping and they're not, transporting goods, and which America pretty much runs on commerce, everything is about what they call capitalism, okay? And that all runs through a certain type of money system, all right? And the money system is basically an economy that is based on demand and supply. Okay, demand and supply. So right now, they're cutting off the supply chains. So when the demands are rising and rising and rising, and the supplies are decreasing, what's going to happen? It's going to create a crisis, okay, a chaotic crisis, which is reported in the book of Second Esdras. All right, as a matter of fact, let's get that, and then we're going to get right into this article. Okay, because we're living in the times of biblical prophecy, and a lot of people who don't even subscribe to the Bible, okay, are starting to come to that harsh realization that there is no hope. Okay, America is done, America is through. There is no hope, man, and the prophets were right. Okay, everything that we've been saying all the way up to this point has been right. Okay, has been right, man, and that's because we're speaking the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, who the world inwardly calls God and Jesus Christ. Okay, there's a book of Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 22. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine." Okay, and famine is going to come by way of what? Controlled food shortages. Okay, and when these things that are happening, remember, these are prophecies. These were written thousands of years ago before this time. Okay, so you got to always remember that the Bible is written, all right, from the perspective of men of old. Really from the perspective of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai through his men who are men of old, all right, who had the mindset of the East. Okay, so when you're in the Western Hemisphere and you're reading this book that's been written thousands of years ago from a different perspective, completely different lifestyle than what's being lived here, then you're not just going to pick it up and just understand it. No, you got a lot of people that read the Bible and misunderstand it because they read it and say, well, you got to read it and then take it for how you feel. Take it for what it is, like how you think about it, how you understand it. The Bible is not so. Okay? There is no other book on this earth, all right, that's written, all right, like the scriptures is. Okay, let's get that. All right. Let's get that in the book of Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord Yahweh and read. Okay? And when you read, you get blessed. Revelation 1 and 3, blessed is he that readeth. Okay? It says, read, and none of these shall fail. None of what? None of these prophecies. No matter how long it's taken, it was set for an appointed time. Not on your time, because you don't understand the timing of the Heavenly Father. All right? You didn't make this movie. You're just a part of the movie. And we hope and pray Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua have mercy on us, that we be in the movie those characters that actually make it at the end and not get destroyed by the Lord when he comes back and he executes his vengeance and his judgment upon this place Babylon the Great. Because that's coming. That's coming, and people don't have time. It says, none shall want her mate. Meaning what? None of the books, all right, on the earth will be equal to the book of the Bible, man. All right, the book of the Lord, the Lord's words. Okay? None shall want her mate. So the Quran is not close to the Bible, all right, or any other book on the planet Earth, okay, will never come close to the Bible. From my mouth it hath commanded, because the Most High is the one who's speaking the words that are written in the scriptures, man. Okay? And his spirit, it hath gathered them. So it's a spirit that leads with the speaking, and it's a spirit that leads in the understanding when you listen. Okay? When you listen. So everything that you see now, going back to 2nd Ezra, was written aforetime. And the Bible, like I said, is not a book that you could just pick up and just read and understand. No. Okay? That is why it's the hardest book to understand. You have so-called biblical scholars been trying hundreds and thousands of years to try to decode the book. And all right? And now you have the prophets. That's why the scriptures tell you that the Apostle Paul said that I think that the Most High has set up the apostles last. Okay? As it was appointed unto death. So we are set up last. Everybody else came and said something, but now the main event has begun. Okay? And the judgments that are going to come forth, all right, from the words that are spoken by the prophets, you're about to start seeing that soon. Okay? So 2nd Ezra 16 verse 22 is an example, all right, of these things that people are about to start facing now. A lot of people are already facing. All right? But here in Babylon the Great, we're going to focus on Babylon the Great, because the rest of the world and the rest of the people in the world, they're going to suffer too. But it's not really going to be as bad as Babylon the Great, because when America is said and done, when all this is said and done, the closing of this chapter for America is destruction by thermonuclear fire. And that time is coming. The closing, the end of this country, this kingdom, this society, this way of living, this age, this time period is almost up. It's almost over. That's what we're trying to tell you here. That's what the scriptures are telling you. And anyone who doesn't listen and you come against what we're saying from the scriptures, you will be destroyed. That's it. That's it. Ain't no other way around it. And soon a lot of you are going to come to that harsh realization. Okay? So 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 22 says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, meaning die of what? Hunger. Famine is another way of saying food shortages or hunger. That's it. Right? It says, and the other that escape the hunger, I mean, you got food stored up, you like, oh yeah, we good. I got a farmland over here. I got the biggest land in America for the black people, blah, all this extra shit. Guess what? Even if you escape the hunger, right? It says what? They shall die. Shall the sword destroy? Okay? That it says those and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. What is the sword? These weapons. Ultimately, Esau is the Lord's sword. Ultimately, the missiles are the Lord's sword. Okay? So ultimately, you're going to be dead. That's what that means. Okay? If you're not of the elect, you will be dead. Okay? And there's going to be so many dead people that nobody's going to be taking time to try to let me help you out. Nah. Watch out for 2023 and see what happens. Okay? Verse 23, and the dead. Oh, wow. 23. 2022 is the 22nd verse and 2023 is the 23rd verse. Let's read. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. You hear that? For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. So we're going to be in a state of disarray when it's all said and done. Okay? When it's all said and done. All right? And these are the preparations to it. There's going to be food shortages. All right? Meaning it's going to escalate. Healthcare problems. They're saying that a lot of hospitals, all right, they running out of I believe it was Novocaine and another one that's for pain. I forget what it's called, but they were saying that they're running out of it. Why? Because the trucks that are supposed to be delivering, all right, they're having problems with that. So what that's gonna do is it opens a door, all right, for other things to be affected, because it's all a domino effect. One part of the sector is affected, it's all interconnected. If the food system goes down, it's gonna affect the health system. When the health system goes down, it affects the transportation system. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe not necessarily in that same order, but you get the point that everything is interconnected. And as you saw in the video clip earlier about what Klaus Schwab is saying, that everything is going to be deeply affected. Okay? How the hell does he know that? Well, they tell you their plans before they do it. He wrote a whole book. And people still sit there and call, oh, it's conspiracy theory. Oh, okay. We'll see. All right? We believe the conspiracy theories. We believe that shit. Because why? It's real. Okay? They just don't want you to believe it. So they call it conspiracy theory. All right. So we went through last time going into how it's going to affect the food system. All right. Hospitals. Okay. Transportation. All right. And now we're going to focus on the retail sector. Okay. The retail sector. All right. How is that going to be affected? Let's read. It says a disruption of truck deliveries to retail outlets will have serious effects on both consumers and retailers. Okay. Replenishment of goods will be disrupted. Many of the nation's leading retailers rely on just-in-time delivery to keep inventory levels as low as possible. Similar to the low unit of measure hospital inventory system, these stores rely on frequent deliveries to replenish basic goods. Often, delivery of a shipment is not triggered until the current inventory is nearly depleted. Without truck deliveries, retailers will be unable to restock goods, including consumer basics such as bottled water, canned goods, and paper products. And these are what we call everyday, goods that people use on a large scale. I mean, when you go shopping, look, people always buy water. Okay? For whatever reason, people always buy water. Right? And Lord willing, one day I'm gonna do a little video, all right, on this water filtration system that I believe, I think brothers should invest in. Okay, brothers and sisters should definitely invest in that. It'll save you a whole lot of money. It's an investment, but if you could save up to it, and get it, it's a great investment. All right, it's a very, very good water filter. It was recommended to me by another brother. Beautiful. So, I'll definitely try to do, if I could do a lesson. I'll try to see if I could do a quick lesson on it, a nice little video. So, you could kind of like look into it. All right. So it's what it says, it's going to consumer behavior during emergencies triples the rate of inventory turnover. Right. Because you got people hoarding. You got people who are afraid of things that they didn't even normally think about. If somebody starts picking up a whole lot of coffee, oh shit, they're running out of coffee. Let me go grab some coffee. You don't even drink coffee. What are you stocking up on coffee for? Because everybody taking it. What if the day that comes, I actually do need coffee and I don't have any? So do you need to stock up all this shit, bro? What you like? Yo, nah. You're gonna have people who gonna need coffee, so they're gonna come to me to buy. You so thought about all this shit. So you think the Lord is gonna have you just living and being prosperous while you wicked? You wicked ass niggas, man. All right. It says, since many large retail outlets typically keep inventories as lean as possible, problems often arise quickly during truck transportation slowdowns that occur from crises such as hurricanes or snowstorms. All right. Or maybe a government shutdown, things like that. You know what I mean? It says, in a hurricane situation, supplies that would normally last a few days, such as water, powdered milk, and canned meat, typically disappear within 1 day. Let me read that again. In a hurricane situation, which is something people normally prepare for, right? A hurricane situation, supplies that would normally last a few days, such as water, powdered milk, and canned meat, typically disappear within 1 day. So within 1 day, these are the things that typically fly off the shelves quick, right? Given these inventory rates, this means that perishable goods could be depleted in a matter of days and non-perishables in just a few days. Runs on food and non-food staples during hurricanes and even before big winter storms provide a good example of how fast some retail inventories can be depleted during panic buying. The same quick depletion of inventories could occur if trucks stopped making deliveries for any reason. You hear that? But this time it's going to be never ending, because during the hurricane thing, what happens is you still have all these hundreds of trucks that are still coming in after the thing is over. Okay, because they have to meet their time, like, oh, yo, you got to make sure you do the delivery, extenuating circumstances. So, we're going to give them a heads up and let them know that, hey, look, let the customers know that because of the hurricane, so and so, that's why we don't have these items, but it's on its way. So at least the customer knows, oh, okay, I'll come back tomorrow or whatever, I should have something to go back with me. But now this is going to be, it's a manufactured crisis that's being done by design. And it started back in 2017, 2018? Okay, when they started doing those, Trump was putting those tariffs on Russia and all these different things. And then they were like, oh, that's going to affect us, But at that time, it wasn't affecting the average person. It was affecting more companies like cars and shit like that, But now, all these things that's happening, then you had 2020, you had the whole cargo, the ship cargoes that was stuck on the East Coast and the West Coast. All right, they said the workers weren't working, so they couldn't deliver it. They had the National Guard try to a whole lot of weird stuff. Okay, and it just kind of like died off. Nobody talked about it. Nobody questioned. Hey, were they able to unload these fucking cargoes? They left them on. They're like, what happened? Nobody talks about it. And then you start this year, you had all these fires and shit, burning down food plants, food processing plants. It's just like, whoa, what's going on? You got the whole farming situation in the Netherlands. All right, they're trying to shut down the farmers. The farmers were fighting back, So there's been a lot of things that's happening throughout the year, just even 2022 alone. There's a lot of things that's happened week after week, month after month, day after day. That is all going into biblical prophecy, but a lot of people are not paying attention to it. Again, Revelation 13 verse 16 says, and he causeth all. That word causeth means to construct, to fashion, okay, to construct, to make a way, to create something. Hence you have problem, reaction, solution. That is a form of causing. And remember, with every problem, anyone who comes with the first solution and says this is the only solution, understand that they are the ones who created that problem, period. They're not open to any debate. They're not open to anyone giving any other solutions. No. This is the only way, and that's it. Understand that they created the problem. Okay? So now we're going to start seeing the effects of the problems that's been caused over just the past 2-3 years alone, starting with the pandemic. Okay? You're going to start seeing, and then it'll all come together. It'll all come together. Okay? It will all come together. And then people are going to start seeing things like, oh, shit, yo. Now people are starting to wake up, trying to fight against their governments, talking about, oh, there's this the CV stuff, these lockdowns, all the. Listen, we told you they were going to do this. So the only way you can prepare for the shit that's coming for 2023 is to be spiritual. If your spiritual tank is tapped out, it's empty, you're going to die quick. So you might want to, work on that, because that's the only way. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is the only way. There's no other way. All right. Acts 4:12 would tell you that. There's no other way, man. Okay. So let's keep reading. It says, manufacturing will be affected. Okay. Just in time manufacturers will shut down assembly lines within hours if the trucks were to stop. Right. Banking and finance will be affected. Okay. ATM, branch bank cash, ATM and branch bank cash resources will be exhausted quickly. All right. It says in today's fast-paced, high technology economy, see, now this is really where we're going to focus more on, right? Because this is where they're going to have their solution to all the problems that's going on. It's going to have to deal with the banking and the finance sector. Okay. Because that's the best way you can include everyone, right? You have to go through the food and then the money. Okay, the food and then the money. Those two things will always get people, because people need money to go get food. When there's no food, they'll do whatever it takes to get the food. If there was another way of paying for food, people will find that way just because they can get that food. So all Esau has to do is just switch the payment method around. That's it. That's all he's doing. Everything is going to go as is, but you're going to have to prove your identity and then get involved with a new payment system. If you can't have those two things, then you're not part of the system. You're going to be X'd out. Then at that point, you're going to have to, that's where the faith comes in. How do you survive? How do you live? How do you go through your daily day-to-day activities, all right, without stress, all right, without worry, without constantly being harassed, chased, you know? Because they're going to make it known that there is no place for the righteous in this wicked society. Understand that. If you think in these times that we're going in, that's why it's called the hour of temptation, the time of temptation. You're not going to be accepted by anyone who's of this world. They'll make it clear. The Lord is drawing the lines right now. Okay? But we have the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, fighting on our behalf. Did not the Lord tell us that He's going to keep us in the hour of temptation? So when the hour of temptation comes, the elect are going to be good. To be kept means what? He's going to keep an eye out. He's going to guard us. He's going to protect us. He'll provide for us. There's a few of us, but that's all the Lord needs. So we're going to be all right. The last ones left. We're the most special ones, and the Lord's going to see to it that we're going to be good. All right? Because that's his word, and He's going to keep it. He's not a man that He should lie. Okay? So I'm taking the Lord's word to the bank all day. Period. All right? So continuing, it says, in today's, I read that already. It says, in today's fast-paced, high-technology economy, consumers access cash 24/7 from over 370,000 ATMs nationwide. JP Morgan Chase, the nation's second largest consumer bank, replenishes its 6,600, of course, ATMs via armored truck delivery every 2 to 3 days. Of course, right? 2 to 3. 23, 2, 3, 6, 6,600, 6. These devils don't play the numbers, man. Oh, goodness. It says, given the increase in ATM activity that occurs before and after any type of crisis, ATMs would run out of cash much sooner. So if they already know this, and that's the end goal, like what they're doing in Nigeria, right? They put a withdrawal cap. I believe it was what, $250 a week, or something to the effect of like $35 a day, or some shit like that. Like you couldn't take out more than a certain amount. And they said in order to force people to use the CBDC. So that should tell you everything you need to know about this CBDC shit they're talking about. That the people don't really want this. So they have to create a problem for you to want this. That's the whole thing. For you to accept it at least. You know, for you to receive it, you know. Right? So they're gonna give you the perfect storm. Okay. So let's read. It says small and medium-sized businesses will lose access to cash. Beautiful. All right. The faster this goes, the better for us. All right. It says regular bank functions will cease. Okay. Bank branches transfer paper documents for every transaction via daily truck service to a central location for processing. Unable to conduct transactions as at a central location, banks will be unable to process deposits, checks, and other standard bank transactions, bringing the American banking system to a halt. And this could happen overnight. Okay, this right here could happen overnight. They just need the perfect cover up before they turn the lights off. They click the switch. So as it says, other effects, in addition to the effects on the key industries outlined in this paper, a ripple effect could significantly disrupt a variety of services and activities beyond the affected area, extended into communities nationwide. Okay, so Esau don't gotta create anything else. This right here, set it up perfectly, okay, and just let it loose. Let it loose and let it do its thing, man. Look, this is a whole domino. They set it up nice. It's perfectly set up, man. Oh, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai set up America perfectly. So by pulling just one at a time, now you see the whole shit about to collapse. Because you could see that everything was built on a system that depended on each other, but the foundation was weak. It was based on lies. It was based on deceit. It was based on fraud. Okay? Like the money system alone is based on fraud, man. They tax wages. You know what I'm saying? Taxes is nothing but legalized theft. That's it. The government just comes in and steals your money. When you work, they tax you. When you buy food, they tax you. When you buy clothing, they tax you. When you buy anything, they tax you. You know? So you pay for your own existence. Like that's just, what kind of system is that? The money system is a fraud. It's based on credit, you know, printing money out of thin air, all these things. What do you think happens when you have a foundation that is based on fraud and deception? What happens? Right? So the truth right now, we're in the time where Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is opening the floodgates and the truth is just flowing every single day. And it's like the truth has become like turpentine. You know what I'm saying? You toss turpentine on a wall, you know, of paint. All right. And it just wipes the whole thing clean. Toss that, keep tossing. Next thing you know, the whole paint is gone. And now you get to see the real actual structure. All right. And what it really looks like because it was just coated with the paint. So America, you know, the mystery of iniquity, mystery Babylon the Great. Okay, she's been covered with the lies, the deception, the movies, all this BS. All right. And now the truth is uncovering all these things. And now everybody's like, damn, bro, this is really. That's what America really has always been. You just never knew because you were sleeping. Right? You were sleeping. Now the Lord is waking you up. And now it's hard to what? It's hard to open your eyes. You know, you got people that just wake up and their eyes are good to go. They be like, damn, take a few minutes, you know, stretch a little bit, right? You get up, you stretch, stretch your legs, get the blood flowing right away. Get the heart rate pumping, right? That way you can wake up fast. You rinse your face with some cold water, and then you get right into prayer mode, right? And you got others that are just like, yo, bro, what time is it? Yo, hold up, bro. Damn, my alarm just went off. And hit the snooze button. The alarm come on again 5-10 minutes later. Hit the snooze. Like, yo, this thing, what time is it? Damn, yo, we sleep 5 more minutes. Yo, hold up. Hit the snooze button. You got Jake like that. And you have those that just don't even hear the alarm at all. It's just gone. So this word is going out. That's the alarm. And you got those who are still sleeping and let me hit the snooze button. I'm gonna wake up in like 5-10 minutes, bro. I'm gonna be alright, bro. I mean, just they think they got all day. But we here looking for who? The elect. Those who, when the moment they hear the alarm, boop, they get up because they're excited for the day. They're excited for the day, man. They could barely sleep that night. They don't need no alarm. But the alarm goes out regardless. Okay, it goes off regardless. Whether you're awake or not, the alarm goes off. And that's the prophets. So you got a lot of people who know what's going on by way of listening to the prophets. A lot of people are starting to tune in now because they put away all the madness, the games, the histrionics, right? All the games is being faded out, and now serious times are coming. So everybody want to tune into what's going on. Oh, you guys are talking about this. Oh shit. Oh, the Kyrie thing. I came here because I heard y'all talking about Kyrie and he an Israelite. Oh, so we Israelites too. Oh wow. Damn. So everything that's going to happen. Wow. Okay. There's a lot going on. You got to tune in so you can be prepared for what's coming. Okay? Because we got the truth. We wouldn't be telling you these things and the devil's getting mad if it wasn't the truth. Okay? It's like a waste of time just telling you things that we believe like, nah, it's the truth. That's why we're telling you it. And we're mandated by the Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to give you this truth. Okay? If you're an Israelite, you have to hear this word, man. All right? Because the judgment that's coming, you would wish somebody told you so you can escape it. All right. It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. Okay, so we are mandated by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to come down here on this earth, in this last go around, all right, to what? To give you the warning of the coming judgment that the world is trying to shield you from. Okay? Ultimately, if you're not of the elect, you're not going to receive it, and that's okay. You're going to come against us, okay? You're going to try to fight against us, and so on and so forth. All right? But guess what? Ultimately, guess what? You're going to be the one who's going to be destroyed, not us. Okay? Let's get that. Let me see if I can get that real quick. All right. Right. So like it 1 second. Let me see if I can pull this precept real fast. Okay. All right. There's a book of Philippians chapter 1 and verse 28. It says, and in nothing terrified by your adversaries, which is to them. No, actually, you know what? Let's start off at 27. All right. Only let your conversation, Philippians chapter 1 verse 27, only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Hamashiach, that whether I come to see you or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit. Okay, stand strong in one spirit, which is what? The spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, the doctrine that is being taught, starting from our elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. That is the truth. That is the spirit that you're supposed to be in. Point blank, period. Okay? With one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel, and in nothing terrified by your adversaries. So we're going to have people who are going to come against us, adversaries, being devils. Okay? 2/3 of our people and the wicked that the Most High is getting ready to send his son down to come and fight against, to deliver his elect from, which are who? The Edomites. All right, the accuser of thy brethren, man. Okay, the devil and Satan. All right, and that club. All right, you have people who are part of that club, and I'll give you an example. Klaus Schwab, he's part of that club. The Edomites. Okay. It says, and in nothing terrified by your adversaries, which is to them an evident token of perdition, but to you of salvation and that of the Most High. So when they come against us, guess what? They're condemning themselves. All right. You become an adversary because the Most High sets you up to be an adversary to come against the gospel, not against us, against the gospel, against Yahushai, against Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay. And we're not terrified by you. Okay, because we come in the name of the only true power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the King of the universe. Who the hell are you? Huh? Whose name are you coming in? He says, which is to them an evident token of perdition, because ultimately there's going to be war. You being rebellious against the Lord, he's going to come down with great wrath. It's coming. And that war, I guarantee you, you're not going to win. You'll be nowhere to be found after the war is said and done. I tell you that right now. Okay? But to you of salvation and that of the Most High. All right? And that is that's what the elect, all right? That is the hope of what? Of the promise. All right? Having faith in the hope of that promise, which is salvation and ultimately the inheritance of the earth. Rulership. Okay? Bringing the earth back into its righteous estate. All right? Underneath the rulership of these devils, man. All right, we've seen what this whole world has become. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this death that we're living in. All right, these devils are trying to create. I saw a video. The World Economic Forum actually posted this video, like the clowns that they are. They posted a whole video showing us about how they've created underground gardens or some shit, you know, where they grow crops underground and they have to turn the light to a certain temperature and the room temperature and the this and the that. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? What is wrong with just planting crops outside? You just fertilize the ground. The ground is mostly already fertilized. Just clear the ground, dig it up, Plant your crops and leave it. It rains, the Lord takes care of it. The sun is out. Like, you don't got to do anything else. Everything takes care of itself. But nah, Esau want to take what the Most High has created and then formulate his own shit in a defiled manner. Just to, what point are you trying to prove? Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked birth rule, the people mourn. Okay? And the people now, the people of the earth are mourning. All these protests going on that the news does not want to show you, right? Because they don't want you to think, oh, Bible prophecies are happening. What is going on? Oh my goodness, what's happening around the world? Because if it's reported in the news and we catch wind of it, guess what? We're going to report on it. So they'll do their best. They don't really care about hiding it from the regular people, because they could just tell you things and you believe it. They're trying to hide it from the prophets who give you the light of what's actually happening, the truth. Okay? But little do they know that little things that happens according to prophecy, we already know what time it is, man. Okay? You're not going to deceive us. We already know what time it is. All right? That's why we're giving up the warning. We're giving the warning in the manner in which we're doing it. All right? And very soon, this warning is going to stop, because those prophecies will be here. All right? Those prophecies will be here. So just keep an eye out, man. This whole trucking thing, it's coming. All right? They're setting everything up for a very, very nasty and painful, dreadful start to 2023, man. Okay? So, just pay attention. All right? Whatever it is that's about to happen, all right? Hey, it could be some type of so-called natural disaster, maybe some type of heavy snowstorm that just rocks the country like never before, or maybe rocks certain states, like never before. That could cause a lot of damage, right? For weeks on end. Maybe the power gets knocked out, something happens. A so-called terrorist attack, right? These problem reaction solutions that they like to do, remember, they want the outcome, so they're going to create the problem, okay? All right, maybe another demic, another lockdown, right? They could do all these things. They've done it before. And those are tests for what they could potentially do, if not all of it. Okay? I mean, why the fuck not, right? Most High just bring the whole thing down. Why not? Let's go. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to leave it off there. Lord willing, be edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Remember, this is all leading to one thing and one thing only. The last prophecy left. Okay? And that is the mark of the beast. Okay? Everyone who's out there who doesn't know what the mark of the beast is, the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. Okay? And you just keep following the news, keep following, especially things that's happening in the technological sector and the banking sector, those two places. Check the technology and check the banking, and see what device is going to be used and promoted to the world as the one device that does all things, has your identity on it, and can carry your banking and health information on it, right? But it'll have to be implanted in your body, underneath your hand or in your brain, right? Somewhere in your skull that can be scanned on your forehead, like Elon Musk is working on with Neuralink, okay? We're just giving you examples. Even if we were to be wrong, if we were to be wrong, well, at the end of the day, the prophecies, something will happen that will fit exactly what is written in Revelation 13, verse 16, 17, and 18. And it sure isn't no Christianity. It sure isn't no sleeping with white women. It sure isn't the law being broken. None of that stuff that these other guys are saying. It's that one device that we've always been talking about, starting from my elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. That MOTB is the RFID C-HIP. Okay? And 2023, you're going to see it. All right? That is their plan. And Lord willing, it comes by fast. All right? It comes by fast. So anyway, the water Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Until next time, Shalom.